We're Ross Osteen Band from North Carolina. I'm Ross Osteen, and we're going to tell you a little bit about our band.
Close enough to that shot, you'll hear some real strange noise.
I would say it's blues based mainly. You know, it's everything we do is blues inspired. I don't know if it qualifies as blues really.
It's got some soul in it, it's got a little Americana in it, it's got a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah, I think it does. And it's just inescapable, you know, to get out of the blues because I love the blues. You know, everything tends to move towards that. I think it sounds rock sometimes. A little bit Americana, sometimes country, just depends. The most interesting stuff, or the stuff that I hear compliments and whatever about, is stuff that wasn't taught. The stuff that I was taught, like I've had 2 guitar teachers, once when I was in 6th grade and once when I was like 19. And they taught me how to play guitar, you know, like proper theory and all that stuff for a while, like for a year each. And you can do that, and then people will listen to it and be like, yep, you can play next, and that's what it's like every time. So the stuff with the slide, I just kind of learned on my own. Actually, I just learned how to play slide during the time in this band.
Yeah.
Like I never really messed with it because it was always, you know, it's scary for a guitar player because you're using your ear.
Yeah, Mississippi Delta was the first song they played slide on.
So it's just a work in progress still. I'm enjoying doing it and making the craziest noises I can make with it. Andy Bishop on the bass, and he's fun to listen to. And Patrick Gaynor on the drums. And me on the rest of this weird stuff. All the stuff that goes, ah! The whole time.
Screaming guitar.
Cumber Ground, I think, is different in a lot of ways from all the albums because to me it seems more experimental and more rock, I think. You know, it doesn't have those basic kind of 1-4-5 blues riffs that most other albums that we've done have, you know, or takes on that. Willie Wah, the third album, was like, it was kind of like a tribute to my favorite blues artist for each song. Like each song had a blues artist in mind.
Yeah.
Like we had Stevie Ray and we had Muddy Waters and you know, et cetera. And that's what that was. It wasn't a cover album. It did have one cover on it of Manish Boy, but it was a tribute album, pretty much, you know. And the first album was just us breaking out, you know, just coming out,
Right.
doing the thing the best we could that we knew how. We felt like we had something cool to play on as a
Yeah.
group that had just formed, and we just were trying.
Just started writing together.
Yeah, just made some sounds, and we're like, this is pretty cool. We should put this on an album.
Right. Yeah.
A year later, we put it down. And it's kind of a blues mix, rock, Allman Brothers-y kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Glen Head Station came out after that the next year,
Yeah.
and
Glen Head Station's sort of like, I think it's more of a tribute to where he's from, up in Long Island,
Right.
and his brother,
yeah,
because his brother had an accident.
the
there.
whole concept of that album was from my brother's accident back in 1965, where he was killed at the Glen Head Station at the age of 14. Yeah, he was hit by a train up there.
I think it's way different sounding than the rest of the
It's,
stuff.
you know, we never really promoted that one
No.
to get out to the radio and you know.
And I think that's, you know, part of it is that we didn't even think of promotion at that point.
Right.
We were just having so much fun being a
Right.
band, which is like a classic thing, you
Yeah.
know, like bands don't think about that
Each
stuff.
album
and
is that we've expanded on.
shit. Yeah. The name of the band is Ross Osteen Band. It started out Ross Osteen and Crossroads.
Crossroads,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what it was. And we just decided to call it Me after a while because it was confusing the venues.
We go anywhere from local to Chicago to New York, down to Florida, pretty much all over wherever we can.
Yeah. That triangle up the East Coast to the Midwest, back down, you know. There again, as long as I can keep doing it, that's where I want to be. Just play cool stages with cool people and just make great music.
Wherever the
That's-
music's going to take us.
That's it.
It's taken us to pretty cool places already.
Yeah.
To Buddy Guys, to a famous old club up on Long Island, my father's place. You know, it just keeps getting better and better. The first song that we did together was Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, that's where I kind of started that. But just kept doing that slappy, poppy, pull-off kind of jump thing that you don't really see in slide, or I haven't anyway. I'd like to see it, but I don't know where you would, so I just kind of made it up, I guess.
Said I'm so glad that cold liquor's going out.
We went there and we were completely stoked to be playing Buddy Guys in the first place.
Yeah.
And I got there and just, I knew he was there that night, which is really intimidating because we had written our blues songs as, you know, who we are. And you see him sitting 10 feet away at his bar in his club
Always sits at the bar.
that's called Legends. And you're supposed to like do your thing with the guy that was like one of the main influences.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I was like, I had this song that I heard that he likes to play slow blues and C, and we had written
started,
one just
yeah.
like that, and we were going to play it that night. And I was like, hey, if you would like to come up here, we would love to have you. And I didn't even think about it after that. I just invited him and said, you know,
Yeah.
come on up. We played the song. I got into the solo, and I was just ripping on this solo, just closed my eyes and just was loving it. And I heard the audience just going crazy, and I was like, man, I must be really killing it.
And I'm laughing.
Killing it.
Because I saw him the whole time.
And I opened my eyes, and there's Buddy Guy, and I was like, oh, that was him, not me.
Yeah.
So he played 20 minutes with us.
He was coming in the back part of the club. There's a door where you can go upstairs where they have, you know, another whole room up there and for bands to hang out and whatnot. And I saw him come out of that door with the announcer, and next thing you know, he's heading back toward the kitchen, and he hears what we're playing, and he just turns around, and I'm watching him from the stage, and he's walking up toward the stage. Ross has no idea that he's coming up on stage, and next thing you know, he's standing right next to Ross, and Ross turns around, and there's Buddy Guy standing there. And the rest of the night was magic. It was just incredible.
Yeah.
You know, he stayed up there for almost 20 minutes with us.
Yeah. I almost wondered, like, after that show, I was like, what else am I really going to do? Maybe I should just stop playing music.
Yeah. And then we were back there right before COVID hit, right before the pandemic, and we played, and he was again sitting at the bar, and, you know, he kept, he called the announcer over saying, you know, because you only get a certain amount of time to play, and Johnny told me have basically 3 or 4 minutes left to play, and he got mad because he really wanted to get up and play with us. So we're hoping we get back there this summer and get him back up on stage with us. We're hoping to get back out to Chicago in July. We're waiting to hear about a big festival in September in Macon. And other than that, it's just keep playing shows and making some music and see where it takes us. We were looking forward to the show. All the shows down here have been great so far, so we've
really
had a good time. It's been a great trip.
Nah, Boca Raton was beautiful.
Really a lot of fun last night.
The Funky Biscuit was really
a lot of fun.
Awesome. Great crowd, great musicians all around.
Yeah, and the one we played Friday night, Gill Dog, was real good.
Yeah, I really like that
Had
festival.
fun there. Yeah, the festival was a lot of fun.
Yeah, got a great sound, you know, situation. The crowd was wonderful.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff to do around
and
the festival.
they're enjoying. They're out to hear the blues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is really important to us. You know.
Yeah, it's an entirely different audience when you have a crowd there that's sitting in that seat for no other reason but to hear some music. Yeah. It's an entirely different experience than if you're in a bar and you're trying to win them over.
Right.
Which I like both, but
but they're not just sitting drinking and with their backs turned to you. They're
there to see you.
They're focused on you, and that's what it was last night. They were.
Yeah.
There wasn't a face in that crowd that wasn't looking exactly right at us and really listening and you know, taking it all in. So that's important.
We have our favorite little local haunts, as it
were. We prefer to play out of town. Just where we are based out of. There's really not that big of a blues scene there.
No. Well, I would say there's a lot more than there used to be before we started.
It's starting to pick up, but like where we played down here, there's a lot more blues. We've played Macon, we've played Chicago, and even New York has a little bit more of a blues scene down there, up there. Wherever we can get to play, we're going to play. Mm-hmm. We don't set any limits.
Take it as far as it'll go.
Yeah.
Just like ride it till the wheels fall off and then get out and push kind of thing.
Well, you finally made it on back to Junior. You got yourself a sweet little rooster. You threw it in with a hand. Yeah, you got chicks all over the place. You got yourself another problem, no? Memphis ain't got no chick. Have a hell of a time keeping the wolves away. Gonna tell them like I told you. Run on over to Junior. Don't look him in the eye. Let him do all the looking. He's gonna say to you just like he said to me.
That's always what we've done with everything.
It's true.
It's kind of worked.
1, 2, you gotta get yourself sweet little rooster. Wanna sound like, get yourself sweet little rooster. Feeling okay today?